Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. So today, let's talk about, on this Sunday morning, what's going to happen this week with Bitcoin and markets. Let's talk about Japanese yen and how it's still collapsing. And let's talk about why Tesla CEO Elon Musk is so fed up and with what. All right, let's get started. Smash up the like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell to get notified of all my streams. Follow me on social media. Check out CryptosRUs.com and make sure you follow my other channels as well. Good morning, guys. Welcome. Let me fix this. There we go. All right. So Bitcoin's been relatively quiet this weekend. Still hovering at 19.1. Very, very quiet. Did not move at all. But I am expecting some kind of movement this week, and I'm going to tell you guys why in a little bit. But on the world front right now, we have heard a lot about UK, heard a lot about the euro and ECB, right? But not a lot of people are paying attention to Japan. Japan's currency, the yen, plunged to a 32-year low against the USD. And another intervention is expected. So unlike all the other central banks out there, the Japanese bank, the Bank of Japan, refuses to raise rates. So it's still near zero. Okay? And because of it, of course, because there's no tightening, people are afraid that inflation is just going to run wild and there's no end in sight. And that is why their yen is just plunging and plunging and plunging. Now, the Bank of Japan tried to intervene like a month ago or something, it wasn't that long ago, by selling off U.S. bonds to buy the yen. Unfortunately, that has made zero difference. It's kind of like when Luna sold off Bitcoin to buy UST like that. It had zero effect. That is what's happening right now, and they may have to intervene once again. And if you look at it, since the beginning of the year to now, the yen has dropped 45% versus the USD. So this is absolutely horrible. I don't think many people are watching from Japan, but if you are, you can chime in on how painful it's been to see your dollar or yen, forced to have it, see your yen go down 45% within a single year versus the dollar. And this is the part of the reason why the DXY keeps going upwards. DXY is still hanging around at 113, still very, very high. And that's because if you look at the DXY, what it's comprised of, you'll see that 57% of the weight is versus the euro, but the second largest is the Japanese yen at almost 14%, even more weight than the pound or the Canadian dollar or Swiss krona or the Swiss franc, Swedish krona and a Swiss franc. So it's a big part of what the DXY is all about. And right now, every single currency right here, every single one right here, is showing weakness against the USD. And unfortunately, that's why the dollar is so strong and why DXY keeps going up. And unfortunately, when the DXY goes up, everything else seems to go downward. So this is definitely something we have to pay attention to. What is the Bank of Japan going to do? Are they finally going to start raising rates? You know, the Japanese government tend to do something, not something, but they tend to do a lot of things differently. Like in the 80s, they went through this whole deflation period, and it was like the worst 2 decades of their country, basically, well, outside of World War II. But from a financial standpoint, so they tend to do something differently, a lot of things differently. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. In the meantime, back to the U.S., the 10-year yield has gone up for 11 consecutive weeks, which is not good. The highest streak since 1978. That was before I was born. So it shows you right now there are so many people, fearful people, that continue to buy dollar and bonds because of other countries' currencies collapsing, and because they're fearful of markets dropping more, and because they're not quite sure where else to put their money. Well, they should be putting into Bitcoin. They just don't know yet. Eventually, people will know, but right now, they are turning to the dollar as if the dollar is some kind of safe haven. It's really not. The more you learn about the dollar, the more you learn about money and the central bank and the Fed and everything, you'll realize that it's one big Ponzi, and you shouldn't trust the dollar. You shouldn't use it as a store of value. You should use it as a means of exchange, and that's simply it. And you should use it as exchange for Bitcoin because Bitcoin will ultimately prove itself as the greatest store of value. It just hasn't happened yet. All right, now moving on from here, what else is going on? Well, let's talk about earnings this week. Tesla, big earnings this week. Tesla, Netflix, Snap, and then some banks, Bank of America, Goldman Sachs. Some banks already reported mixed earnings. And then you have some of the bigger airlines and a few other big companies. But I think everyone's most curious about Tesla. They did release their production numbers for Q2, and it came in below estimates. And that ever since then, Tesla has been going down. They're down like 30% within like a month. You know, I haven't seen them show this kind of weakness in a long time. But, you know, the big story is, well, Tesla, or I should say not, I'm getting confused. I confused Tesla and SpaceX together, but it's really not together. But Elon recently said that he's going to stop funding Starlink for Ukraine because they are losing billions upon billions of dollars, and they don't want to do that. So they asked for help. They asked the government, the U.S. government to, or the Pentagon specifically, to give some money. I'm pretty sure he got some backlash because of that, and the Pentagon probably does not want to give any more money. So he decided to flip-flop, I guess in a good way, though. He tweeted out, "The hell with it. Even though Starlink is losing money and other companies keep getting billions of taxpayer dollars, we'll keep funding Ukraine government for free." This is despite the fact that the Ukraine government, including Zelensky, including what's that other diplomat, you know, they both lashed out at Elon recently, maybe rightfully so, because Elon did say some things, right? And Elon is no politician, or maybe he is the greatest politician, we just don't know. But regardless, people thought that maybe Elon was being a little petty, you know, basically doing this right after that squabble on Twitter, right? Who knows? Who knows? But the good thing is he is going to make Starlink still free for the Ukrainian people, and that's good. That's good overall, right? And just to remind you guys that even though most people in this space has shunned Elon because he did sell off most of his Bitcoin holdings, or at least Tesla's Bitcoin holdings. But Tesla, I was looking at today, I haven't shown you guys this for a while. This breaks down all the major companies that still hold Bitcoin. Tesla is still at number 4. Even though they sold off quite a lot, they still hold on more than 10,000 Bitcoins, over $200 million. Now, of course, that pales in comparison to MicroStrategy, who holds 130,000 Bitcoins, quite a lot. Galaxy Digital is number 2 at 40,000. Voyager holds 12,260. So what does that mean? Does that mean this is going to go straight to FTX now? You know, I don't know if this was talked about or they already liquidated this. But yeah, we know FTX bought Voyager. We don't know how much they're going to give back to the people. But what happened to this $234 million worth of Bitcoin? Does that go to FTX? I don't know. It's an interesting thing. I don't know if they announced it yet, but you go down the list. You have, after Tesla, you have Marathon, who is a miner. Hut 8 is a miner. Coinbase, you guys know. I think this is baloney, okay? Coinbase holds a lot more than 9,000 Bitcoins. Coinbase has a lot of secret addresses. There's no doubt about it. Coinbase has been in this space for so long. And plus, they kept a lot of the fork coins that they never gave out. And they have so much. So this is baloney. And then you have Block, Riot, you know, a lot of the guys that you guys heard of before. So all these big giants are buying and buying and buying and buying and buying more. And not just them, you scroll down the list, even governments. I didn't even know Ukraine holds close to 50,000 Bitcoins, right? And then you go down, even some of the Mt. Gox, and a lot of people are still fearful about Mt. Gox, but even Block 1 holds 140,000 Bitcoin. Tezos holds 17,500 Bitcoins. You got Mass Mutual in here. List Foundation, a lot of people forgot about them. They hold almost 2,000 Bitcoin. Grayscale holds 643,000 Bitcoins. CoinShares close to 50,000. And then Purpose ETF and all these ETFs, ETPs that actually hold physical Bitcoin, they add up, right? More and more is being taken out of circulating supply. Most people don't realize that. Most people don't care. But you got to realize that Bitcoin does have a set supply, and the amount being released is set and will only get lower as time goes on. So all these guys have accumulated so many Bitcoins already within such a short amount of time. Don't let them take all the Bitcoins away. You got to reserve some for yourself, right? But just give you guys a friendly reminder. What else is there? Let's see. Well, this has nothing to do with anything, but I like to talk about this because I guess it has something to do with the metaverse. You guys know Facebook/Meta has been putting all their eggs in one basket, and that is this metaverse. And they have this game called Horizon Worlds, and their internal, I guess, goal was to reach 500,000 users. But that figure is less than 200,000 because no one is really using it. Only 9% of the worlds have been visited by 50 people, and most have never been visited at all. That's how pathetic it has been. I think Facebook or Meta is really backing the wrong horse right now. They need to really figure out they need to figure out how to compete with TikTok, not how to dominate metaverse right now that no one cares about. So just thought I'd mention that. And they decided to release a new Oculus thing for $1,500 right now. No one will be buying that. All right, what else is there? As for Bitcoin, it's a reversal around the corner. Every day there's more charts, more indicators, moving averages that show that Bitcoin is ready to flip. Here's another one versus what happened in 2018, 19, now, right? Similar drop, not nearly as bad, but if you look at the oversold level, nearly the same. So I'm waiting for that. We still have a two and a half months before the end of the year. I'm still waiting for that Santa rally. Could be coming. And could be reason why Bitcoin has kind of stayed steady too. You know, like right now, even at 19.1. Last week, especially Friday, U.S. markets sold off hardcore and Bitcoin didn't. So that's very, very encouraging too. So we'll see what happens this week. Bitcoin difficulty continues to go up. It's going up at an astronomical level right now, the highest it's ever been. Why is that? Because the miners continue to mine, continue to add more hardware, continuing to just hodl everything. Okay, so all these new Bitcoins supposedly that are hitting the markets, like 900 per day, I would argue it's probably 0 per day because all the miners are keeping it all. They're not selling it. They keep hoarding it and borrowing against it and then getting more miners, and then they keep mining, rinse and repeat, and that's what they're doing. So the hash rate is skyrocketing right now. Despite the price being at 19,000, they are not leaving at all right now. All right, and then also number of addresses holding 1 Bitcoin, still going up. Again, all-time high, no surprise. But it's not just Bitcoin. If you look at Ethereum number of non-zero addresses going up too. And then even the number of ETH deposited into the new chain that you cannot take out, still going up. So it's not just Bitcoin. It's also Ethereum. And there's many other projects. I'm sure if we looked at the number of non-zero addresses, the number of transactions, number of stakers, right, and staked liquidity, they're all on the rise. People that know, and they're not leaving. The holders are getting stronger, and they continue to hodl and have patience as as the world seemingly is burning in front of everyone right now. But we will get through this. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. All right, let's do some Q&A. George, is Doge a scam? No, it's not a scam. That's a silly question. HP Group. George, what do you think about Sunday swap on Hydra? They say bring 1,000 TPS to Cardano ecosystem. Not sure if that's true. Well, Sunday swap, I'm going to take what they say with a grain of salt, because before they were very hyped up, saying that, yeah, they're going to come out the greatest DEX on earth on Cardano, and they're going to make a scale and this and that, and never really lived up to their promise. So I guess we'll just have to see if that's going to be the case. But I don't know. Right now, I don't even think Sunday Swap is the largest DEX by TVL on Cardano. Jeffrey, can you add Luxo to your DCA bag? No. And that's a silly request. Let's see here. Happy Sunday, only right foot break. Happy Sunday. Deflation is good for Japan. It means lower price every day. No, that's not what it means, actually. There's just because, okay, there's a difference between inflation going down and deflation. Actual deflation of the economy. That is when prices are not coming down. It just means that people are not spending because people are too broke to spend, and that leads to horrible things. Way worse than just regular inflation, okay? Probably not worse than hyperinflation, but deflation itself is really bad. All right, let's see. Someone says Sam's Pocket. I guess you're wondering where this is going. Yeah, I'm wondering where this is going too. Voyager at no point in time talked about, selling off their Bitcoin. So I don't know what the deal is with this. Celsius, on the other hand, did ask the courts to sell their mined Bitcoin, but Voyager never asked to sell this. I guess the hole was too big to fill anyways. But I don't know what's going to happen with this. Maybe Sam Bankman-Fried pockets it, or he's going to distribute it, or what. I don't know. Art Fairy, appreciate it. What do you think? What will be the next all-time high of Cardano? I don't know. They were at $3. So next high, the entire market continues to move forward once again. And, we were at, what did we peak? We peaked around 2 trillion. The next high could bring the total market cap to 3-4 trillion, maybe even 5 trillion. At that point, who knows? Cardano could be at, what, $10 then. Do I hold in Tesla? No, but my wife does. She holds a lot now, and she plays options with Tesla, pretty successfully so far. Did I buy any adult Happy Meals? No, but my wife did, again, just for the toys. She bought 2 of them, so we got Grimace and one of the other ones. But I hear they're all sold out. McDonald's employees are going nuts because they don't want to fill any more orders. Why is Casper going up so much? I did read that they're introducing Casper 2.0, and there's rumors that they're going to be listed on another exchange soon. So one of the two or both. I don't know too much about Casper. I know that they're well-backed. Arrington Capital, Tim Draper. So I have to do more research on Casper. Do you think the market will be better, the same, or worse this time next year? This time next year? Oh, I think it's going to be much better. Much, much better. Because then we're getting close to 2024. And I think all the scary stuff that's going on right now that's being talked about more of it will be sorted by the end of 2023. Rates may start going down because too many people are getting broke, and we're nearing the next halving event too. So I think we're going to be way higher a year from now. Are all proof of works coins securities? Right now, no. No, because Ethereum is not deemed a security yet. And it's proof of stake. So until the SEC actually comes out and declares Ethereum once again to be a security, because they're officially still ranking them as a commodity. Gary has hinted that Ethereum is security, but they have not officially declared that yet. So until they do, I will still recognize Ethereum as a commodity. But I think it has nothing to do with proof of stake. I think you got it wrong. Proof of stake, proof of work has nothing to do with anything. It's just you have to go by the definition of what's a security, what's not. Can coins change over time? Those things just up in the air right now. How come there's a Santa rally? What happens? Generally speaking, companies, they start making money towards the last 3 months of the year. The first, 3 quarters, they break even. So profits are up. People are feeling better overall because of the holidays. They get their bonuses too and stuff like that. There's more money. And plus, a lot of companies do have to spend their budgets for the remaining of the year. So they tend to buy more, especially like with marketing and stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of little reasons. And generally speaking, it's just habit too. People recognize, just like after a halving event, Bitcoin goes up. A lot of people recognize that during November, December, it's really hot months and they start buying too. So it's just a combination of everything, I think. Maybe there's something else I missed too. But yeah, I think it's just a lot of good things together. Barley, I appreciate your support and appreciate you watching my other channel. A lot of people have been tuning in. My house videos have been doing better and better with every one. So I'm glad to hear that you guys find it fascinating. I already have the next one done. Probably go release it on Monday or Tuesday. But there's so much progress. It's good, and I enjoy doing it. Any updates in October that might scare the market? No. Maybe the last week of October gets a little scary because the FOMC meeting is coming up on the 2nd. So maybe that. Lazaro, buy half of Bitcoin by tomorrow. Any thoughts? No thoughts on it. Good for you. Why not? Thoughts on optimism? Yeah, it's promising L2 for Ethereum. It's one of many out there, so I think it could do well. I don't really track it that much. Glony, is that how you say it? Or Glow, ATA, Glow NY, but however you say your name, thank you. Is Pi Network a scam? How much do you hold? I'm not going to tell you how much BTC I hold, and no, it's not a scam, but I have no clue about what it does. Don't know. People throw this term scam around way too much. I don't think people even a lot of people in the crypto world, they just don't even care about meanings anymore. They just throw stuff out there left and right. Jacob, you have a good day too. Will ETH still be deflationary for most users using L2 solutions? Yeah, it just turned truly deflationary the other day. I covered that. And that's right now when things are pretty slow. Not much transactions right now versus before. When things get really, really, really hot again and the coin burning really starts kicking up again, Ethereum will be deflationary. Now, don't mistake the deflationary aspect to Ethereum. Don't think that this 122 million will ever burn down to like 20 million like Bitcoin. That'll never happen. But it's enough to offset the inflation, and maybe it could tick down a million or two, over time. So it would definitely make it so that there's no more being released out there. And that's fantastic. With moving to proof of stake, they already slow it down by 90%, which is already incredible. But yeah, once things really start kicking into high gear, transactions start flowing, the burning really kicks up, and it's going to be deflationary. What do you think about YouTube Shorts monetization next year? I think it's going to be a good thing. Everyone that's trying to post on Shorts is doing it just because they're for the sake of doing it. They benefit zero right now, and I've tried many times. Shorts don't do anything for your long form videos. So hopefully if you can build and monetize with Shorts, then it's an incentive for people to keep going. Right now, TikTok is just way easier and more viral for videos. And I don't know how the user experience is going to be. If every YouTube short you scroll through, you get like an ad or something, people are going to get pissed off. They're just going to get off the platform. So YouTube has to balance that carefully. So user experience doesn't go down the drain. I do like Matic much better than the Sol. I think Matic is going to be absolutely huge. And they're about to kick into top 10 soon. But Matic has so much going on. Am I streaming on TikTok? No. I have recorded videos, clips on TikTok. I tried one time to stream on TikTok and then realized live streams don't turn into a VOD on TikTok, so it becomes useless. Anyways, yeah. All right, guys, I'll let you go. Overall, let's see. What does that go say? I'll just change the screen here. Overall, it's Sunday. Start a new week soon. So let's see what happens tomorrow. So tune in 8:15 a.m. Central Standard Time. We'll see how the market reacts. We got some earnings this week. Of course, we still have more macro stuff to worry about, including what Japan is going to do. Are they going to intervene once again? And we'll see what happens with Tesla as well. All right. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.